Oops into the room is one hell of a threat. Hey, it's Poisson Variants, your VTuber Math Free Gamer and Nonsense Enjoyer. And how is everybody doing today? I know that I pushed the start time of this back about 15 minutes. Got home a bit later than I was expecting. But it all worked out in the end. It all worked out in the end. I assuming the stream doesn't just explode at some point. I'm trying to currently my AirPod case, I don't know why, but like one of my pods isn't charging through it. I don't know why. The other one's charging just fine. You've been sleeping really well? That's awesome. Don't you have to get up at like, isn't it now like 4 a.m. that you have to get up for these streams? With daylight savings? I don't actually know. I don't have my global watch on me right now. I'm in London. Oh no, 3 a.m. I don't know. I don't know how the US daylight savings affected my streams. Yeah, but I haven't been streaming. Oh, that's true. Over the weekend, you got good sleep. It's about to revert back. What's funny is that I oftentimes will wake up in the middle of the night for like half an hour. And like, I'll wake up, be awake for like 5-10 minutes, then be on my phone for a little bit, which I know I shouldn't be, but I can't help it. And then go ahead and fall back asleep. Why is this not working? Other one works fine. Oh, wait, what? Is it just the light sensor isn't triggering, but the actual thing is still charging? Who knows? Who cares? These AirPods were more or less a hand-me-down anyway, so. What time is it? Oops. Heather, happy birthday. Did you crash an object onto another object today? No, I did not. There was no crashing happen. It's no crashing in happening. You've heard that waking up in the middle of the night to do some light activity was pretty natural before artificial light. Yeah, like the day-to-day of like medieval peasants involved them waking up in the middle of the night, sort of to do stuff. You know, do some peasant taxes, which I imagine are not very anything. Did you donate your grain? Did you donate your grain? Yes. Well, that's it then. I've been slacking off on doing daily tweets, but I also don't really care. Well, that's another thing where it's like getting involved in online community is the only way to really have larger scale growth. But then again, that's not exactly my main focus, so. Um, um, I should probably get more from a daily tweet. I just do it whenever I feel like it now. You know, it's at 500. Yeah, I'm getting close. I'm getting close. Most of my follows happen from shorts, so I just gotta. Weekends, I tend not to post shorts just because I don't feel like doing the editing and then sending up. Sometimes I do, but not often. Throughout the week, I like having shorts go up. My shorts often had 1,000. Yeah, some of them get up there. Not sure why. Not sure really what the algorithm is. No one can figure that part out. Daily posts. There you go, that's my daily post. I should do one on Blue Sky as well. How's your gym been going? The gym has been going well. Daily post over. I messed up my ankle with something fierce somehow. And so I've been letting that heal over the weekend. So I didn't go today. I won't be going tomorrow. I don't know what happened. I think it was just something got pulled. Something got bruised. I don't know. So now I'm just like not putting too much weight on it. Trying to stay off my feet more. So I'm currently standing on one leg. Because I'm still, of course, gonna be standing. Of course, I'm still gonna be utilizing the fact that I have a standing desk. But now I just have to do it one-legged. Scratch on my face that's irritating me, and I'm waiting to like scab up. Alright, I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna grab some like hand lotion. My hands feel dry. Give me 1 second. I'm back. Is standing with one leg double standing or half standing? Ooh. That's an excellent question. It depends on how you do it. Well, like, how do we define the variable of leg? How do we define the leg variable in relation to what? Like, is the concept of legs y? So then one leg is equal to 1/2 y. So then 2x equals y. So if I'm standing on one leg, it just equal 1x. So it's actually, I guess then the two legs would assume that you would need two legs to be standing, which isn't true. So I think standing with one leg is still just standing. Because would you imply that someone standing who only has one leg to be half standing? Since you can stand on your hands, legs have nothing to do with it. Standing they're just a trendy choice. They're what's in right now. They're what's popular right now. Soon enough, we're gonna return to the ages of standing on our elbows, just like God intended when He made humanity in His elbow-based image. Unfortunately, that image was AI generated, so it turned out to be nonsense. The computer didn't understand what elbow-based was supposed to mean, so it just made a regular person again. Use the conservation of stand equation, where the number of legs used to stand times the number of stand per leg is constant. I love the fact that these are the conversations we have here. It makes me very happy. It makes me very happy to have a chat that's like, so how do we mathematically define a leg? Not define it in a general sense, specifically mathematically define a leg. That's simple. And then today for the stream I'll make a calculator, but I have a feeling it won't take very long because I have the how-to right in front of me. Do monkeys have 4 hands or 4 legs? Does a snake technically have 1 leg? Ooh, these are both excellent questions. I hate monkeys, but let's find out. Yeah, again, it just comes down to how do we define arm versus leg? Hey, Donut, welcome. It's like, are we defining arm or like hand as a grabbing appendage, a grabbing thing? Like, what? I hate those. I hate an animal. They're weird and like aggressive. Check the macro quad library if we have time at the end. It's like Python graphics, mess around with time. Examples are like 6 lines. Ooh. Yeah, no, I actually found I found a few different like Rust-based Python libraries today that looked really cool. Like a few for image processing, a few for machine learning, a few for I dropped my toothpick, a few for bioinformatics. I really like those, and so I want to mess around with those a bit. So maybe what I could do is I could download some just open source is the way to put it, publicly available medical data, genomics data, and then mess around with that stuff using a bioinformatics Python library that is built in Rust. That wouldn't be a tonight thing, because downloading that stuff can take a while. It really depends on what you're downloading. If you're just downloading the, well, yeah, it depends on the size of the cohort. Monkeys are kind of funky. Rhyming. Wonder if it's a coincidence how closely related to them we are. Because, yeah, we're horrible. I hate humans, too. Don't worry. All bad. All featherless bipeds. That includes chickens and kangaroos. I say chickens, but only when the chickens have all their feathers removed. Oh yeah, this song. Um, I should finish this game. Like 9 out of 10 times someone does bioinformatics work on paper, they link to GitHub or something that has the raw data. That's true. I mean, yeah, I mean, that's true. That's what I did. my research is in the paper has a link to the data we used. That's true. That's the thing is, and a ton of that stuff is easily accessible. Most, or a ton of the cohorts are. Use Rust to automatically de-anonymize data and sell it to data brokers. That's not how that works. The data doesn't exist anymore. It just becomes aggregate data. In a lot of cases, it becomes aggregate data, and then the patients are numbered, but the numbering system isn't pertaining to any sort of actual. The only way to connect it to actual information was if you had the information from the institution when they stored and labeled the data, which you don't, because they don't upload any of that. They just upload the corresponding data connected to new labels that they made. You want a Clash Royale game with a 40 HP King Tower? I'm gonna assume that's very close or very good. I don't know. I never played Clash Royale. I played Clash of Clans when I was in middle school. I vaguely remember that. And then, you know, every day I just walk by someone who was playing Clash of Clans on their phone, and I was like, what year is it? But I'm gonna say congratulations and good job, Donut. Even though I have no frame of reference, very good job. I'm proud of you. Excuse me. Man. I could never, like, the reason I definitely have to work in computational is because I'm, like, imagining people working in lab settings having to annotate, you know, all the different, like, pathology images and whatnot, and all that genomic data. And I'm just like, no, I could never do that. It's so tedious. The thing is, I'm fine with data entry. It's just, I could not do, I can't do wet labs. I can't do wet labs. I had to tell myself I'm making a joke. Why did I think you had more like 457,000 subs? I carry myself with a 457,000 sub air, you know. It's a confidence. It's a level of what's the word? Affluence of YouTube sub affluence. You know, you see me, you hear me talk, and you just assume I'm up there. No, incorrect. No, the fact that 457 people are willing to even watch me is amazing to me. But now I'm just thinking about how I want to do more lab work. As in computational lab work. You keep your labs the most moist in the state. Yeah, you're terrible at this. You're terrible at this. I hate to break it to you, buddy. Today you learned how to use Poisson distributions, be extra lazy about gamma distributions. I'm not popular. Yeah, I am. What am I rusting today? I have a guide that I'm just gonna follow to make just a super simple like command line calculator in Rust. But no stream of mine has ever started without like half an hour of yapping first. Because, yes. Because I've never experienced 3 people having a staring contest with a test tube because something isn't working and shows. Exactly. Yeah, I don't have staring contests with test tubes. I have staring contests with lines of code and graphs. And then I just go, what the hell am I looking at? And then I have to go and read code documentation. I sincerely hope you never fully figure out what Danny does because it's so funny hearing out of context thing. He's got to be, Danny's got to be some sort of lab tech or something. I don't know what he does. Danny's a mystery to the community. And I respect him. I respect him. I gotta stop myself from just the song on loop. Turn it off of the loop so I can actually go through the rest of the playlist. Just like most Rust you've ever done is recreate echo and you've barely used it. Yeah, I have the, like I was saying earlier, I'll mess around with the Bioinformatics libraries I found that are built with Rust code, but they're implemented in Python, and Python's what I'm used to. They'll probably just apply that to something, and that's the closest thing to actually apply Rust programming is something made with Rust. Oh, you do microbiome work? Hell yeah! Hell yeah! Alright. Microbiologist here. Now that's the soggiest of labs. Dan is the scientist from a Hollywood standpoint. They do science. Exactly. They're like, any sort of science that someone needs, they're like, talk to our scientist. And they're like, I'm a scientist, so I can do an engineering project. When in reality, someone who has a PhD in something, they're like, are you an expert in this? And they're like, I'm an expert in this one specific thing. I'm an expert in this one specific reaction under these specific settings and with this very, very specific type of microbiome. The Goop Punk song. Is that why you said Goopy? Did you know it was Song of Saya stuff? Or Another stuff? Please separate my Discord channels. Yeah. That's why there's a suggestion in the Discord tab. They'll have little names. They'll have little names. They'll have little symbols to go with it. So that you can find out, and there's a Minecraft one. I don't even remember why there's a Minecraft specific one. I gotta talk to the person who basically set up my entire Discord server, but she's currently in a 9-hour different time zone from me, and will be for the next few years. You have no idea what song this is? It just sounds like Goop Punk. That's crazy that you were able to guess that, and that's crazy that, because that's exactly what it is it's Goop Punk. Dan, have you ever had to explain a wormhole to a general using a piece of paper and a pencil? That's like the most generic movie scientist thing ever. We bend space, but you bend the piece of paper and then stick the pencil through it. Yeah. New programming, you know, painful blocks of text are. That's true. It could separate it more. Or I could leave it like that. If I do, that won't be tonight. Because I'm way too lazy tonight to do that. You're reading a web novel where someone hacked another person's electrical brain signals to stop and unalive them, and you're not specialized in neurobiology enough to call it inaccurate. Exactly. That sounds like the work of a movie scientist to me. That's what that sounds like to me. I love I appreciate you, Posh. I appreciate you're like, alright, here's how you're gonna want to set up your Discord. let me show you how it's done. No, it's not even a bad idea. I can see what you mean. Yeah, setting the welcome, the rules, the streams, videos, and stream schedules into their own little things. Those are all things that you guys can't access, and everything that you guys can access, and like put stuff in there, and then move the bot commands down close to the voice channels and whatnot. Yeah, that's not a bad idea. I should also add no mic chat in the voice channel section. Oh, the good thing was because your little avatars, you're right, the variables are goofy. I should get you guys an official one at some point. Did you mention you like the little guy on the thumbnail a lot? I like that little guy too. He's cute. I drew him. You like James. You like Jay more. Okay. Gonna be flirting with each other as per usual. As per usual. Oh god. Oh god. Y'all and your insatiable obsessions for each other. This is a bit too high energy for me right now. Nostalgic soundscapes. Now this might be a bit too low energy. Is Skyrim music valid coding music? It is now. I've decided it is. I don't care what anyone says. It's not gay if it's in chat. You say that, but my entire chat is pretty gay. My entire chat is pretty gay. Right, you guys can't actually see my screen right now. 1 second. Open. Ta-da! Ta-da! You people listen to music, yeah. That's what the headphones are for. The headphones are not just a gimmick. Gosh, JB, careful, we could hold hands before marriage. Don't do it, guys. Don't do it, guys. Don't do it. Don't do it. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. Not worth it. Alright. Let's... Oh, no, I have to... Hang. You have exactly one hetero person confirmed. Yeah, who... It's like Cheese. Cheese is the only person who's come out as straight in this community. Daughter. Happy. It's gonna be a command line thing. It's not gay. You were once misgendered to be a girl in middle school. Oh, so it's actually it was hetero the whole time. Oh, of course. Jen. Wait. Nothing about it adds up. Nothing about it adds up. Door. You're as straight as a tan wave. I like that instead of straight as a tangent line. I'm like I'm about as straight, I think, as like e to the x. So like, is that the comparison I'm going for? Hold on, let me zoom out enough on e to the x, because I think that's what I'm thinking of. Y equals e to the x. Yeah, I'm about as straight as e to the x. Means just in the middle there's a big kink. That's not what I... Wait a minute. You're about as straight as sine of 1 over x on negative h to the h for very small h. I represent my... Actually, no, I have an equation that when I do a new model, the equation, I have a sine equation, a sine function that is on the new... Right. That's pretty straight, Jay. That's pretty straight, Jay. As h approaches 0, yeah. Oh my god. Give me a headache to zoom in on it. Sexuality is not a spectrum, it's an equation on a Cartesian plane. I think sexuality is a vector field. Yes! Oh my god, Jay and I saw it at the exact same time as I was saying it. It popped up in chat. Sexuality is a vector field. I think this is one of the only times where I've actually had chat reflects the streamer. That's one of the only times where that has been true for me. Oh my god. Exactly. Sexuality is in fact a vector field. Alright. I don't like this because it's all gonna be... No, just that part. Okay. Whew. I thought they were about to try and make me put the entirety of the function loop, and I want to do that. You lined up jokes a lot because we're both equally... There we go. I mean, that's not wrong. I won't deny my lack of comedy. If anything, I mean, that's what streaming is. Streaming is being the straight man to set up jokes for chat. Chat's the funny one in everyone's streams. And 90% of chats in VTuber streams are just pointing out that the VTuber is in fact an idiot. So... one square. As straight as one with it. So a circle. That's a circle, right? I'm not crazy, I'm not stupid. I don't think I'm stupid. My first thought was ellipse, but then you only shifted one, and the fact that you shifted, you didn't scale anything. Because x squared, yeah, because that's a circle. Then yeah, that'd be a circle too. That's just a shifted circle. Okay. Talking about, see, I was right. I didn't even have to type it in. Streaming is just chat force femming each other, and once in a while the VTube. I know, it's a great example of how male friendships are actually just gay. All male friendships are in fact just gay. And you know what? That's fine by me. Listen, when I was a teenager, most of the jokes with my friends were that we were gay. And in modern day, I was like, oh. Well, the thing is, like, I wasn't attracted to any of them. But there was a time where I was at a sleepover. I was at a sleepover, and that sleepover was actually the first time I ever did any I would say illicit substance. With no further, I will not elaborate. Are you insane for using Nano to write code most of the time? Hey, everyone has their own thing. I personally like the IDEs, but that's just me. I find I learned on IDEs, and I feel like it's just like kind of what you learn on is what you end up sticking with. Such a boring way to make a calculator. It's what the guide has. I know. I don't really know what I'm doing because I've only done the basics of Rust. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. And I will not stop anyone or let anyone stop me. I don't know. Oh, but the first time I was at this party, first time I ever did an illicit substance, and at the time I was dating someone, and she was like, "Oh my God, you and our other guy friend should kiss." And a male friend of ours was like, "Ew, no, 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 I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna do that." But whereas this is before I knew anything about my sexuality. I was immediately like, "Yeah, okay, I'm down. I'll do it. I want to do it. I'm into it. Let's do it." And granted, I was much more open about it because again, illicit substance. So my inhibitions were lowered, so I was more truthful. But I was just like, "Hell yeah, let's do it." And he said no, and I was like actually disappointed that I didn't get to kiss him. Yeah, as long as I actually understand what all of this does, then I'm fine with just copying it. Because I've covered my U key isn't up. I've covered most of this stuff, but yeah, you get 10 times more gay when on post. Exactly. Since becoming like passing like hitting 21 and going down, I have taken the silly gummies, you know, because now it's legal for me. But oh, you're right. I didn't actually do new lines on that. I forgot. Right. Voice. Good catch, Jay. Good catch, Jay. Stop. I remember doing this. I gotta figure out what's up with my U and why it keeps ringing. Not what you meant to do, but okay. Oh, that wasn't even Jay who said that. It's Posh. I know. I'm half reading and half asleep. I can't imagine Jay giving me coding advice. I don't know why I said that. You're Posh. I can't imagine a world where Jay actually gives coding advice. That's not what we meant. Well, it's what I'm doing. Oh. It's what I'm doing. See, this is why I'm... This is something that happens. Whenever I code in front of somebody, because I'm very self-conscious about it. Thanks for stopping by, Wrench. As per usual, your usual interesting comment. Ugh, I hate that this whole thing's a loop. Gross. Gross. Anyways, I will never not be self-conscious about my programming because I really do it. I can do the math, but God forbid I actually have to type out stuff in front of people. Because the number of coding practice I actually know is so minimal. And I honestly get mildly annoyed when people are like, not in this particular case, so this is actually about anything. When someone, this is like when people are playing games too, and you get this with Twitch chats and stuff a lot, or just chats, you don't know how to do X thing? Oh my god. And it's a person's first time doing X thing, or they're just like following a guide, a la myself, and well, then giving them flack for it, I guess. Not everyone will be able to do something immediately, and not everyone will do it in the way that you want it to. This isn't about you guys in particular. This is just like a comment about people in general. That my own self-consciousness is making me think about. Your high school friends used to do that a lot. Right. The assumption that you should know what you're more of a spread misinformation. Well, at least you're honest. At least you're honest. Can't knock that. Oh. Good. Are we good? We're probably. I'm sure it won't all fall apart the second it's not supposed to. It's gonna, but let's pretend it won't. Pretend it won't. If nothing else. I actually just. I know this calculator is gonna roll like shite. Because limiting you to 2 number functions, which is stupid. Because who actually thinks in 2 number functions? And the answer is probably most people. I think that's probably the way our brain is wired to think. Find the number, error, please invalid. Okay. Blue. Every missing semicolon is a lesson about why programming sucks. I agree. One thing I remember from taking a C++ course in college, it all sucks. No, honestly, learning on my own, learning Python on my own was the best coding experience I've ever had, and it's the only one that I've like applied to professional work. Like I've written papers in like college and used like MATLAB and stuff to do that, but Python's where I've actually like, excuse me, done. So well, I was thinking this would take longer, but I also, everything that's happening, like everything I'm putting down, I do understand what I'm doing. We covered all of this in the book. So this is why I wanted to do like, oh, let's try to do a little project. Little project. No one runs something that runs correctly the first time except for that one project did. Watch me run this perfectly the first time because I'm just copying it from a guide, basically. So that was my main thing with that copying it from guide that I've said already. Your programs always work because you steal them from GitHub. I have never been able to take a library from GitHub and it to cleanly run the first time. It always has some mess. It's out of date in some regard. It's always pisses me off. Not even necessarily on, and the fact that I don't use Linux means it's generally not optimized to what I'm running, which is generally Windows. Well, yeah, my two theories are because I read chat right there. My two things are Windows 10 or Mac OS. Yeah, whatever version Mac OS is right now. I don't know. You read the theory and the fundamentals. Now they will stick. Exactly. I read them, and so yeah, like I go through it, and all this is familiar because I remember all this. Remember all this. Nothing here is like I do. Would I know inherently to do all this stuff? No, not necessarily off the top of my head. I would need a guide to get this far. That's why I'm fine with doing it here. Because if anything, it'll do the same thing that I just did when I read the theory. It'll implant it into my brain. And that is good enough. Error 50. Bump. Scare music. I've been playing the Oblivion remake, and it's crazy to me that a Bethesda game is able to run better than the new Borderlands on my old PC, old refurbished PC. That's crazy to me. All right, let's see. Oh yeah, talking about not compile string. Oh, that's fine. Nothing ever runs correctly the first time. Nothing ever runs correctly. Bird. Oh. No. Ba. Get Linux win. Good. Like, I know, I just don't do enough programming in my spare time to justify setting up Linux. I've used, what is it called? Right, WSL. I've used WSL one time on my PC, and that was to run a specific imaging analysis processing code that someone had made. I got a lot better at reading error messages. I guess I did, you're right. And I already forgot the error messages were, but I remember. What were they? There, trim, line 32, line 33. Period. There, why is there... Oh, that's fine. Yeah, that's why that's cool. But this probably not cause a problem. Will probably not cause a problem. Poisson's a femboy. Jury's still out on that one. I guess it's however you define femboy. It's however you define it. I have a... Oh, somewhere. Somewhere. Is it free to put that there, though? Oh. How is that connected? That shouldn't exist at all. I think that's just... What? Oh no. I don't know what this semicolon's connected to. What is this semicolon connected to? What? Connect to that. Connect to that. What? I have no idea. I have no idea. I still have the femboy tag in my description. Oh, I guess I do. I guess I do, yeah. Alright, let's figure out what that was from. 37. Look at that. Alright, that's... Oh, that's what that was connected to. That period should still be. What color thighs am I wearing? None right now. None right now. I just got home from work and I was like, I'm just gonna change into shorts. Is in my room is the only place I will wear shorts. The pub world outside will never see them. We will continue. Alright, that should have been... Wait, where's that? 40 inch? Okay. And then I don't know if that was a double up or not. There we go. Yeah, that was a double up. I was reading the wrong one. Normally, Rust Finder or Rust Analyzer is supposed to put translucent if and match to show what they're connected to on your ID, but VS Code is VS coding. Yeah, no, VS Code is always VS coding. For me, for some reason. And I don't know why. I don't know why it feels the need to, and I don't like that. Let's go ahead and make that look prettier. I can do that at the front of that. So I do it at the front. Should do what I want it to do. I think. I'm fine with the result being okay. Run. Subtraction. Minus. I'm gonna do Sigma cut. Just a second. Multiplication. Space there. Cool. Division. Okay. Division again. Fair enough. Division again. Okay. Division again. Okay. I like it. I like it. I like it. Divide 0 by 0. Oh, that's really good. Be funny if then the response is like L'Hopital's rule. Yeah, 0 over 0. Take the derivative of both. Alright. Rust is also used for stuff like websites, whatnot. I'd have no idea what most of this stuff is doing. The concept is pretty simple. You know what? When my new model shows up, I will let you guys decide if I'm femboy or not. This is unrelated to what I was talking about, but that's the executive decision now. Is the new model I just gave the okay. There was a lot of back and forth, and I was gonna go with one person to make it. I ended up going with someone else because the first person just like wasn't able to kind of set aside the time to do it. Other person is awesome too. They're both awesome, but someone's working on it. I just gave the official stamp of approval, and they gave me a date they'll finish it by, but there's a chance they'll finish it beforehand. You could put it El Hospitals. That's a good idea. There we go. Alright, these Mentos like got in my teeth. They're like very gum-esque. So I got like gum in my teeth, basically. Which is never comfortable. Have you ever gotten gum in your hair? I only heard it like once, but it was awful. I don't remember it super vividly, but I just remember my hair being just like incredibly sticky and just awful. Summary, careful what you chew. Is this the right syntax? I'm just doing the syntax. Gum in hair sucks, but you have short hair, so you just pull out. Yeah, that's fair. Just pulling out sometimes is the best strategy. No. Hospital. Because there's sometimes an S, and I actually learned why it's spelled El Hospital versus El Hospital. It has to do with the way the French spelling is, but I don't know how to do that. For that a result, so I won't actually. You may put parentheses just to be more clear and also understand why they make if statements not have parentheses by default. Unexpected closing. What? Oh. Stupid. Well, I could be stupid, but... Oh. Why? Because I already had a closing bracket. You gum in your beard, though? Ugh. Imagine having facial hair. Imagine having facial hair. As you can tell by that statement, I am always... You're teaching hospitals to first years, and this abuse of its definition is giving you a minor heart attack. Good. Good. I'm listening to a different song. Why am I currently humming a song while listening to a song? I don't know. I do that. The song's in my head, whereas the song I'm listening to is actually just background noise. Like white noise. Boring, boring. Ooh, I have another Mento. Oh my god. This Mento's like extra stale. That's no fun. A stale Mento is not what I was anticipating. I mean, I could keep just adding on to this. I could keep just adding on to this and make it so eventually I can take limits. That's what I could do. I could have it be a function. The song in your heart, Jay, is all about Jen. Don't at me. Have it take limits, and then I can justify the Il Hospitals joke. Maybe that's the trick. Maybe I'm just trying to justify math phrases. No. Yeah, I'm reading. I'm reading the thing you sent in the Discord. By the fundamental theorem, we know that e to the x is equal to the integral of e to the x, so therefore it follows that e to the x. That's not how that works, though. That's not how that works, though. You get to the correct place. Those I find really funny when you do wrong math. When you do wrong math and get the right answer. But that's not how that works. You can't, the reason, you can't pull out the e to the x because you're integrating by that variable. If you were to be integrating by a different variable, you could get away with it. Oh my god. There could be a way, maybe. Is there a way to do... Would there be a way to get around that by using a u sub? Redefine only part of the things in terms of u and then keep other things in terms of x? As long as that piece is still... Ooh. Keep going after pulling out e to the x. No, I saw it where you divide, you have the 0 and all that, and then you do the powers of the integrals. No, I hate it. I hate it all. If it works, it works. I'm not gonna question it, but it doesn't work. You get the right answer, but the process is all wrong. This is why you should get credit for doing your work and showing your work, but not credit for just getting the right answer. I never understood professors who don't give credit for work shown or for correct work that makes like one misstep. Because ultimately, your process can be spot on, and then a single arithmetic error can get it. If you consider 1 minus the integral as an operator. I hate that. I love it. I love the dividing the 0 by 1 minus the integral of dx. That's so dumb. Oh. Actually, not for next stream, but for Wednesday stream. Have y'all been keeping up with triple N? With NNN? You know what I mean? I hope you all have been keeping up with it, with non-stop numerical November. November, not November. Non-stop numerical November. Basically, every day you have to do something that is related to numerical analysis. That's required. I should have prepped that. I should have prepped a month's worth of shorts. I think I prepped a month's worth of shorts about nonstop numerical November. Nonstop numerical November. It's not even a tongue twister, but it's turning into one for me. I think it's just the professor being lazy because it's easier to grade based off if they got the answer or not. That's true. And that annoys me as well. That's why you have TAs, though. Because funny enough, because I find that TAs tend to care more than professors do. Depending on the course. Now, a lot of the times you have professors who do their own grading for higher level stuff. And those are the more abstract answers, and those ones that, oh, excuse me, burping a ton, they actually care about. And in that case, pop off. Prep it now in anticipation of next year. Next year I'm gonna have a different model, though. That'd be really funny. Prep it a year in advance. The day you do numerical analysis will be the day you turn this world around. Well, Jay, I have some bad news if you're showing up to Wednesday's stream. Wednesday's stream is it's labeled as a just mathing stream, but it is absolutely going to be about numerical analysis. Just purely for the sake of the thumbnail having the NNN joke. Like, that, and I just, like, coincidentally have been studying numerical analysis recently. And so, having the NNN joke is clickbait. It's clickbait. I'm not even gonna lie. It is 100% clickbait. I know a VTuber audience. I know my VTuber audience. I will clickbait the hell out of them. When in doubt, it's for the bit. That's what I can always just... For the bit. For the bit. Ooh, I have no idea how I do this. Even your approximations can return to the real world where you came from. Actually, how I learned about MATLAB was numerical analysis. Did an entire project again in it, and then it was locked behind a license, and I never used it again. Which is a shame. But then again, the Octave is open source. So. Who's this? Yeah, like, I have no idea how to do database schema. Make, like, a blog. SQL. Not SQL. I barely had to use it, but I have used it. What am I doing tomorrow? Already thinking about ending. I did start a bit later than I was. Despite how much I'm yapping right now, I actually am kind of lower energy. It's like when you're sprinting to the finish line, I guess. I'm just like 110% energy into my final little yaps. You know, candle burns twice as bright, burns half as long, yada yada yada. I am tempted to do this, mess around with this, but I have no idea what any of this means. When it comes to setting up database stuff, I guess I could infer a lot of it. I could infer a lot of it. And just basically copy and paste. Your TAs were the opposite. One of your projects was to write a game in assembly, and TA revoked points for not being able to play against the computer when I had 2 whole pages going over my algorithm. They made other stuff up to remove points too. Ew. See, that's just a TA. I'm very sorry for that. if you're tempted, just mess around and maybe it'll help along the way too. Fair enough. Let's just enter stuff and see what happens. Let's just click buttons. Let's just click buttons until my computer explodes. I like this idea. All this log. So this is actually gonna have me editing normal files and whatnot and stuff that I again don't really understand. But hey, right, this like dependencies package. Okay, I kind of remember this. Okay. That's all there, so I can just go ahead and copy and paste that in. Then we can go ahead and go build. Oh, it's because it has a newer version I have, so let's try and grab an older version. Use the Linux command, just delete your computer. Awesome. No Macking. Well, then never mind. I guess this isn't gonna work. The guide they're providing does not have accurate dependencies. Oh, right. I forgot about that. Right. Remembering how to use this. What the? One step at a time. Okay. Wait. Yep. Cargo and error cannot be found in the registry index. Thanks, that you can finally clear up some disk space. The crate could not be found in the registry index. What was the one that Alex not be found or 5.5? Go to main. No idea. Wizardry stream. Good to see you, Aurora. Good to see you. I don't get rest. Don't worry. I don't get either. I'm just hitting buttons until stuff happens. And guess what? Stuff was not happening. So I guess we're not gonna do that one. Curious why? I'm not sure why. Oh, this is cool. They have a one that's like finding the weather in a budget manager, expenses. That's just basically a calculator. And the expense budget manager suggestion app they have is just That's a weird stuff to be leaking out of my face. Fine. It's fine, right? If just weird liquid starts leaking from the side of your face, that's not a cause for concern. Strange. Maybe I'm finally melting. Maybe I'm finally melting. I've always theorized that I am actually an ice sculpture. It's finally come true. Finally come true. Mess with macro quad? What's macro quad? Macro quad is a simple and easy to use game library for the Rust programming. Sure. You know what? Right. Let's do that. I think that cut might be infected. That's fine. Making your first Rust project says that people are becoming more feminine. Poisson is made of frozen poise. They froze all the poise. I am made of poison berry. No, not poison. Just poise. Yeah, cargo add macro code works. Yeah. Cargo. New. On my aim. PD. My aim. Go add. Cool. Let's do the most basic thing they suggest. Most basic thing they suggest. Right here in Maine. Oh, in Maine. Use macro quad reload. Or what the hell does any of that mean? I don't know. Yeah, it'll be nagging. Yeah, nickel, yeah, nickel, yeah. Then metaphor. I don't know. I'm gonna enter it though, because the thing says to enter it, so. Yeah. It's their example. It says red. I'm assuming any color can work. I don't actually know what this is doing. That means everything in Linux terminologies are using all crates libraries under macrocode. Oh, okay. That makes sense, I thought. That's weird. I thought. I mean, similar thing in Python is like you're importing a library and you just hit start to import automatically all the functions so that you can have it do like the thing, like np dot the thing. You can just do the thing. Um, 100. It's easier for yourself to run through everything. You should be from draw that website. Okay. Screen with the color also works racing pretty on snap. Currently standing on my bad leg, and I don't know why I need to switch. Hello. Hello. Cat. Boy. Poisson. Dark gray. Frame. Boy. Okay. Oh. Okay. Okay. Yeah. There you go. There's my ASMR. Nika nika nya nya nika nika nya. Hello, Marco Polo, Catboy, knee, Poisson variants. Cool. And it's blue. Oh wait, you guys can't see it. There we go. That's cool. The very basics of making a game in Roost. Okay. I get it. That makes more sense. You have audio modules, camera modules. This is cool. This seems intuitive. Like I'm just reading the what are the words for this? The docs, and it looks way easier to follow than like Pygame and stuff. I want to Google macro cod docs, see each functions and examples there too. That's a good idea. Like I just want to functions like load set. Well, they have examples on their website. Well, that's cool. Having examples on their website is very appreciated. Rust might be cool. Rust might be a cool language. Genuinely good ASMR voice, but it's always just a bit. I know, don't worry. One day, but probably not. But maybe. But probably not. Don't worry. I'm sure one day I'll do a stream with it. Sure. Probably, maybe. Just definitely, probably not. But if I were, which I won't, but if I did, which I didn't, but if I had, which I hadn't, if I was gonna, which I wasn't gonna, but if I were, which I weren't, and if I had, which I had not, which I already said that once, which I did, which I said, which I saidn't, then no. Like a ball that falls down, wraps around the screen. That's a good way to test graphics. Ooh, where did I even start with that? Where would I even start with that? Ooh. Shapes generator. By the way, I had Zero like streaming. She had an awesome time. She thought you guys were really funny. She had a really good time. She was obviously nervous at first, but then she ended up just like getting into it. When we slipped into like our usual back and forth, then she was having an awesome time. And she will more than likely just appear in the future. I was just like, if I'm ever streaming and you just want to call me, just call me. I don't care. And just interject in the middle of the stream. Math or programming? No. Artist. No. Zero is artist and like really likes like plants and nature and stuff. Very much a cottage core kind of person. Yeah, she's very much cottage core. So like the place we overlap is that we both really like goth stuff and then both really like pastels in terms of just like stuff like aesthetics. And then, you know, we just go really down. We've been playing off each other for the past 8 years. So we have all of our own jokes and Poisson is the only STEM major in a 20-mile radius, kind of. No one in my family likes numbers. No one in my family likes numbers. Well, that being said, like, Doggo's little sister is really good at math. She's only in high school, but she probably wants to be like go into like law. So doesn't look like she's gonna go into STEM either. They absorbed all the numbers tism. Yeah. Everyone else got different tisms. Mine ended up the soul numeric tism. The soul numeric tism. The numeric tism of the soul. Have I ever wished that my parents were like math professors or researchers that guide me on my path? No, because I like the reason I'm glad that they aren't, is because no one in my family has the same profession. No one followed like in each other's footsteps, so to speak. We've worked at similar the same place before, but those are just like jobs. Like if we're just talking about like my nuclear family, then like I'm math. My brother is film. My sister, she didn't go to college. She currently works in IT, but her actual like passions are things like travel and like hiking and camping and stuff. And then my parents, one of them works in like psychology and kind of like mental health, and then the other has a job that's in administration for stuff, but actual passion is writing. So, and like degree is in as like a fine arts degree, master's in creative writing. So like none of us did the same thing. And I kind of like that, because in a way it was there was this idea. There's never been the idea of like you have to follow down your family member's path. You have to follow down your older sibling's path or your parents' path. It's always been a supportive environment of, you should do what you have a passion to do. You should do what you're good at, you should do what you want to do, and we will support you as long as you are doing something that makes you happy. And that's always been like the most important thing in the kind of like family dynamic. There's never been like the only things that are like they've like been hard about is when I got my scholarship to go to college. I was gonna have to move away, and I did not want to, and I was very resistant to it, and that's probably like the only times I've like gotten in like a really big fight with my parents. Is them basically going like, you have this scholarship, you are going to fucking college. You are doing this. And that's the only time they've ever been like hard about something. And that was a very valid thing. In hindsight, I'm very glad that they were hard about that, because I benefited greatly from it. And I'm glad. And if I could do it all again, I would. So, but beyond that, it's just been a very, very supportive environment in those regards of pursuing your future. It's less about what you're doing and the fact that you're just doing something, and it should be something that you are passionate about. That's my privileged rant. I've been very fortunate in that regard. Does that mean that things have been perfect? No. Does that mean that all people involved are perfect? No. I'm not. No one is. Does that mean that my situations have been perfect? No. I'm just, look on the bright side. I am a glass half full kind of person. When things go poorly for me, my go-to response is, I'll live. Because ultimately, most problems are not the end of the world, and so I'll live. I'll be fine. Love my parents. You're whatever you say, Jay. That's some self-confidence right there. No comment. No comment. Now the real question is, Jen, do you love Jay more than Jay loves himself? Mari is currently playing Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader with Pippa, and it just makes me think, am I smarter than a fifth grader? I won't ever bother figuring out. There's also a different set of topics, and again, we've talked about this. Specialties are a thing. Okay. So, I am going to call it here. 9 o'clock. Just under the 2-hour mark because I started like 15 minutes late. I'm gonna call it here though. Tomorrow, Bloons Tower Defense 6 was $1 on Steam instead of like $12, and so I bought it. And so I'm gonna play that tomorrow because why not? It seems like a good way for me to unwind. Anyways, Thank you for watching. I've been Poisson, Variance, your VTuber. Alright, let me try that again. Anyways, I've been Poisson, Variance, your VTuber, and nonsense. I will see you all next time. Thank you all for watching, and bye bye.